Alright, well I'm doing a deck profile for my token deck. Took this to Australian Nationals 2 years ago. Didn't do too well, but it's better than I expected out of a token deck. Competitive wise, it's not going to win, but it's always good casually. Most deck profiles start with monsters and then go into spells. This one I'm going to start with the spells because it's the key focus of the deck. The main card I use is Gem Breeding Machine, 3 of those. Every turn, during every standby phase, it summons a slime token, has 500 attack, 500 defense, and it summons it in attack mode. You can't normal summon or special summon or flip summon while Gem Breeding Machine is on the field, and you can't change your token's battle position the turn that they're summoned, so it puts you at a huge disadvantage, and all you're getting is 500 attack monsters every turn. The next card I've got is Scapegoat. Gives you 4 quick tokens, which are, the focus of the deck. You can't use it when you've got Gem Breeding Machine, but you don't always have it, so it's good to have the Scapegoats. Token Sunday blows up all your tokens and then blows up everything they've, the same number of cards on the field. You can use that on your own cards, like the Gem Breeding Machine if it hinders you, or your opponent's field. Tokens are really expendable in this deck because if you have a Gem Breeding Machine, you've got an infinite flow, so it doesn't really cost you anything, you just get free pops out of it. Next card is United We Stand. As I said, you get infinite tokens, so, even though they've only got 500 attack, once you put United We Stand on them and you've got them stacking up, they start getting some serious attack points. Scapegoat with United We Stand can still dish out 3200. The next card is the field card, Wetlands. If the new ruling comes in that we can have 2 field cards on field, this will get even better for the deck. It puts my tokens up to 1700 attack, which is a much better thing to have coming out every turn than 500. It also works on another monster that I've got in the deck later on. The next card, Enemy Controller. Again, the tokens are expendable, so attributing a token to take control of an opponent's monster isn't really a cost, it's just a free monster. And then for the same reasons, you can use Creature Swap. If you aren't pumping up your tokens at all, don't have the cards to do it, you can always just swap for your opponent's monster. Anything that causes you issues like a Catastor, you can easily just take control of it. With Gem Breeding Machine though, you can only set other monsters, like you can still set monsters. So naturally the best monsters to put in the deck are ones with flip effects. So for that same reason, I've got the Shallow Grave, 2 of them. If you don't have your Gem Breeding Machine, which happens amazingly often, then you're able to recycle those flip effect monsters. Yes, your opponent gets a monster, but if it's something that's going to help you, then they're going to be getting monsters a lot anyway, if you're in a position where you need to use this card. Dark Hole. Again, tokens are expendable. This does not hurt to play at any point. It's basically a Raigeki because you just get your tokens back next turn. MST, for obvious MST reasons, but at the same time, there are situations where Gem Breeding Machine hurts you and you need to play MST and take out your own machine. That's why you generally don't stack up and have 2. I would run more MSTs, but I just don't have the room for it. 3 Penguin Soldiers. Now, with Wetlands, these have 1950 attack, and without Wetlands, you can set them face down. When they're attacked, they they bounce 2 monsters. Very few monsters are immune to bouncing. Very few monsters will get out of this, so the Penguin Soldiers are like one of the key folks of the deck. especially once you recycle them with Shallow Grave. Marshmallow works just the same. Not 100% sure if the ban list has put them to 3. I'm pretty sure it did. If not, I'll just drop one for an MST. Otherwise, yeah, it's the same as a Penguin Soldier, except they take 1000 damage instead of bouncing, plus it can't be destroyed. It's a good stall card for when you're not getting the cards you need. Thunder King is obvious for a deck where I've got no power against strong monsters. Just summon it, and yeah. Hope that I don't draw into it when I have Gem Breeding Machine on the field. Grand Mole. A brilliant stall card for a lot of situations. You know, you can set it and it still activates its effects. And if you don't have any need to normal summon that turn, you can just start bouncing things. Spirit Reaper. Same reason as Marshmallow, just stalls. You need a lot of stall in this deck. Then we get to the traps, and you've got 3 token Stampede. Each one gives all tokens 1000 attack. 2 of these turn Scapegoats into an OTK. 3 plus your Wetlands turns your Jam Breeding Machine into 4700 beaters every single turn. So it becomes a situation where your opponent has to pop. Tokens can't be destroyed by battle while it's on the field. So then we have, you know, your one-off traps. You've got your Torrential Tribute, same as Darkhold. Doesn't cost you a thing. You know, tokens are expendable. So it's a free nuke. Solemn Warning, Bottomless Trap Hole, and Compulsory Evac. All just regular cards to slow down your opponent. And then Vanity's Emptiness, main reason is to stop your opponent, but if you've got like a Marshmallow on the field and Gem Breeding Machine, your opponent can just strike your gems every turn that they come out. This will just stop them coming out if you need to. But if you need to do that, then you've already lost. And then you get to the extra deck. I haven't got a side deck for this because it's not really, you know, there's no point putting in the time for a side deck. Extra deck is basically just level 3s and 2s. Doesn't matter what. You know, I'm running, I think it's 2 Garchis at the moment. That's just in case I get 2 Penguins at the same time and I need to defend. And then just any level 3s I could find. I've just thrown in, you know, all your staple stuff like Levier, your Jins, Zen Mines. I've considered putting in Mind Control and Utopia, but it's just not worth having Mind Control in this deck because if your deck is running well, you cannot XYZ. So yeah, that's tokens, and yeah.